Yo, we are back, episode 20, kicking off a new decade, I guess, in the lounge. I'm not sure if it's necessarily a decade, but we're entering a new number sphere and entering the 20s for these next 10 episodes. So rocking and rolling, sitting here, got a lot going on today. That's why I'm a little bit more buttoned up. You see, got some Detroit Grand Prix luncheon later today. Got people running around on the sidewalk outside, but yeah, so I got running around and shit all day today. But nonetheless, we're rocking, we're rolling, we're still here in the lounge getting shit done. And one thing I was thinking about as I keep yawning, motherfucker, man, I can't get over these yawns. But one thing I can't stop thinking about is just I'm here at work. We got a lot of new interns and stuff like that here. Just getting familiar, just joining us for the summer and stuff like that. Just jumping on and getting active in the team. It just made me think about like other coworkers I've had in my life, and I think that I found like this across like several different jobs. There's no intimacy quite like when you're training somebody for a job or being trained by somebody for a job, when like they basically like stick you to one person or stick one person to you, like this is your shadow, or you just shadow them, watch what they do, follow what they do, learn and see, like that. You're basically just like, like I said, you're stuck with another person for like 6-8 hours, however long your shift is. Something about those like long periods of like time together just like make people open and willing to just divulge all sorts of information that you'd think like they talk about with like a very close personal friend, or maybe like a paid professional, not this person who is teaching you how to do your new minimum wage job you just got. This is like, again, like I'm thinking back to, like I said, I've talked about working down at the farm at Bob Evans, like several instances of just like some crazy wackadoos and like their wild tales, and just down on the farm training them. But then also too, like really I'm like thinking back to one specific individual. I had this job delivering weed for a dispensary. It's just legal cannabis delivery. They got a company car and shit like that. You just place an order, we'll drive it all the way out to your house, even if you live 30 minutes away, it doesn't matter. And so I had that pretty sick gig. Like I'd just be cruising along, driving, listening to tunes, podcasts, whatever. Sometimes it'd be gone, like it might be a 45-minute drive one direction, so you're gone an hour and a half, just not doing much but driving. That's pretty easy work in my opinion. So I dug it. And but yeah, like I said, I hated the days I had to train somebody, because then it's like, oh, I went from like riding solo, shout out Jason Derulo, but to then, I've got a partner with me, I've got someone, riding with me, traversing the old terrain. And not always a bad thing depending on who you're working with and stuff like that. But again, like sometimes you just like put in these like situations. I was training this lady. And I say lady because she was older. 40s, 50s. I mean, like, she could have been younger, like, who knows? Like, time is a construct, and it affects us all differently. But I don't know. She was like on her first or second day. I think her second day. It doesn't matter either way. We're on our first delivery, riding around. And like I said, she just kind of follow me around. It's annoying as hell. Like, just I hate having someone that close to me and like just follow me around. Like, if you have a question, just ask and I'll tell you what to tell you. I don't need someone to like just be like looking over my shoulder, like trying to like mimic and learn everything I do. That just bugs the shit out of me. I like just kind of doing my own thing. Like, I don't mind flying under the radar more or less. But it just irks me like no other. And then I have to deal with that. It just we get to our first delivery though. It's a very easy job. You don't have to do shit. But we pull up to our first delivery. It's this house. It's got a porch, and first of all, like you're given an address. this someone's like, hey, you know, like I'm placing an order, this is my address, and you get up, you pull into like, you turn down the street, and just to give you an idea of the type of person you're dealing with, the person is sitting outside on their porch. The numbers to their house are plainly on the side of their house. And this person is sitting there arguing with you. No, 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 you're at the wrong house. It's the one next door. Meanwhile, like this is their first day, their first time ever being in the car with you on this delivery. And then they wanted to try to correct you and tell you that you're doing your job wrong. And then, like I said, you get out the car. There's a few stairs to get up their porch, nothing crazy, maybe 5 steps just to get up their porch. The other person just doesn't get out of the car, just sits there. You get out, you do your whole job, you walk up, you're blah blah blah. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna get the details of the job, but you get back in the car, you're done, you did everything. You're supposed to be teaching this person how to do stuff, and they just basically just like, nah, I'm just gonna sit here and watch. And you get back in the car and, hey, I just, I don't want you to think I'm lazy or anything like that. I just, this is where like you start to get into like the divulging of like information that like you just don't need to hear, like get back in the car, turn it on, start backing up, and it's like, yeah, sorry, I didn't get out the car right there. I just, I saw they had some stairs on their porch and stuff, and it was just like, I was just like, yeah, I mean, like, that's gonna happen. Like you'll have houses with steps, you might have an apartment where you have to go up to the 2nd floor or the 3rd floor or whatever. Like, it depends on where, like that happens. It's like, oh yeah, I get it. I just, I just don't want you to think like I'm lazy. Actually, we're driving right now. So I just don't want you to think I'm lazy. And, you're looking over at him and it's like, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's just like, I'm just, I'm on my period right now, and I've got a bit of a heavy flow going, and I'm on blood thinners too, so I've got to be really careful because if I move too fast or anything like that, like I'll space out, I get lightheaded, and I pass out, and it's just like, holy fucking shit, lady, I don't give a fuck that your uterine wall is shedding like a goddamn iguana, okay? Like, keep it to your fucking self. Just say, hey, sorry, I got some shit going on. Like, like this, that, and the other. Just say, I will go to the next one. I don't give a fuck that you're bleeding. All right? It's just, again, like I said, these people, like, feel the need to just share this like, unnecessary information. You're driving. Then the shitty part about it is you got, like, fucking 30 minutes to the next goddamn delivery. So you're cruising along, and, again, you've already learned about their fucking, like, thin blood fucking runny pussy, like just sitting there like trying to get your fucking mind off it, like just turning up the radio more and more as they keep talking, like yeah, shut the fuck up, I do not want to hear a goddamn thing out of your mouth anymore. Like, please, you've already put too many bad pictures in my head. Let me please try to drown out these with the sounds of some fucking sweet melodies. But then, like I said, you're driving, you got fucking 30 minutes to the next, you're just cruising along. They finally take the fucking hit, like, hey, I'll shut the hell up. But then, it's just like you're cruising along, and they just grab the radio, turn it down, and they just start talking about their fucking drug addict boyfriends digging into their purse and stealing their fucking money and shit like that. It is entertaining as hell, man. Like, once you get past how annoying and frustrating it is to like be in the situation to deal with that, like, it makes you feel a lot better about yourself, just taking a step back and just going like, Jesus Christ, yeah, you know what, we're on our knucks this week, man. It's gonna be a couple days of just eating hot dogs and shit like that, but I can get through that. I can get through, the college boy, like, eating ramen and like cheap meals and shit. Like, I don't like ramen, but like I said, hot dogs and shit like that. Like, hot dogs are my thing. I could do that. That makes me feel like, oh shit, that's all I got to do for a couple days. I don't got to worry about some fucking drug addict partner stealing money and my fucking bloody pussy about to make me pass out because of my blood thinning medication. Like, geez, I don't mean to be going in on this like this lady so much, but she annoyed the fuck out of me, and like I know like everybody else too. Like they were so happy to like fire her finally when they finally did. And again, like these jobs, like when you are in high school, in college, like out of college, like before you really find like a career to like set off into and stuff like that, when you're just working these dead end jobs, man, not only will you meet some really cool people, but holy shit, you will meet some of like the most, I don't want to say motivational people in your life. Like truly, like at least for me, like I felt like, you know, like maybe college, maybe I don't want to go to college, maybe blah, blah, I'll do this, maybe I'll do that and shit like that. But then you're like working this job, you know, you start to get those checks and you're like, ah, fuck, I kind of like this money. Like I don't want to have to go pay all of these thousands of dollars to like school when I'm only making hundreds, you know, but so it's like, how the fuck am I supposed to save up and have fun? But, you know, I'll just keep working. And then you just see like the cautionary tales, as I like to call them, of like the people who have had the same idea and very little drive and work. They've just been like still down, you know, on the farm or doing whatever, and or like just more or less like not even just staying at one spot. Because like I had friends who were at Bob Evans for a while, and you know, nothing wrong with that. Like there's some of them who I still know who are still there, but like there's other people, like I'm more or less talking about the people who like bounce around. Like you were at Old Country Buffet when that was a thing. You were at Cracker Barrel for a couple months. You waited at IHOP for a year. You know, you put in a tour at Denny's for 6 months and shit like that. You know, you've been around like the, you know, it's like more or less like the breakfast restaurant scene is like your scene, and like you've just been bouncing around at different teams. You're like a middling, you know, like bench player on an NBA team, or like, you know, like a rotational bullpen guy in the MLB. Like, you know, people will come pick you up here and there when they need you, but you're not like a vital part of the team. You know what I mean? It's just, man, I'm just digging into these people. Fuck them. They're not gonna watch this. So, but like, yeah, I mean, I was a host too, man. It's like the host. It's just like that's a young person's job. Like I was the carry out guy, the cashier at Bob Evans from like community college for like 2 years, from like 18 to like 20 maybe. And oh man, some of those like hosts you get in there, like the 30-year-olds, like the 32-year-olds, just like, man, there's this one lady, she's this little scamming ass bitch. She made me laugh so much. She would pretend to like cash orders out, and then she'd scan coupons to make them cheaper, and then just pocket the rest of the money. Fucking hilarious. I will admit, I did a little bit of thievery when I was at Bob's. I would take sugar and put it in my apron, because if every once in a while at home we would run out of sugar, and I was one of the few people who, like, I was the only one in the house who needed sugar in my coffee. So I would sneak every couple of packets of sugar into my work apron every once in a while, and then when we ran out of sugar at home, I would just go find my work apron and dig it out of there and just be like, I got two little things of sugar for my coffee, good for one cup. Like, so that was the extent of what I took from the Bob's. I'd nab a couple sugar packets, you know, for the fun of it. I also I got in cool with the cooks. Like, you know, like if you're nice, if you like, that's the thing. Like, you got to get in cool with the people who make the food and shit like that, because the chefs, the ladies who cooked up all the food, especially in the mornings, man, they'd like just give me pieces of bacon. You know, they'd like make me some toast and shit like that. Also, like, it sucked. I had to open all the time, so I could get there at like 6 a.m. and I'd be up till like 2, hanging out and smoking weed with the boys. And they'd be like, "Do you have to work in the morning?" And I'd be like, "I get to work in the morning. It's all about your attitude, bud." My high ass would be just saying that like a joke at fucking 2 in the morning. Like, all right, time for bed. Dragging ass to get up in the morning, but you get there 5 a.m. You know, wake up 5:30. You get there at 6 a.m. You know, Dennis fucking in his car waiting for you to unlock the doors so he can get in there and fucking annoy the shit out of everybody. But every goddamn morning too. But Yeah, I mean, it was super easy. You just make the coffee. You start cutting up the breads. Like, if you guys, the banana bread, the cinnamon coffee cake, all those different breads that they have at Bob's, you like cut those up because you get like the pieces at your table. Like, somebody cuts those up pre-cut. So I would slice those up. And then the ends we just toss. So I just be like, all right, fuck it. Like, I could eat the ends if I wanted. I'd like give them to people. Like, I'd give them to the cooks and stuff like that. Like, it just, yeah, that was an easy way to make friends. And like, again, like you make the biscuits, you put those out, the rolls, like easy breezy, man. And like I said, like if you're going to Bob Evans, man, get the sunshine skillet, sub the country gravy for the sausage gravy. Didn't know you could do that. People do it all the time. I don't even like sausage gravy. I don't like the sunshine skillet. I'm a picky bitch, as I've talked about with my food. But either way, man, like again, Bob Evans, my other job delivering shit. Like I got. Speaking of coworkers, I see JB walking in right now, so I'll wrap it up so my guy can get doing his thing. But another expedited episode here in the lounge. We're wrapping it up, so we'll see you alligators later.